Hey everyone, and welcome to Quick Review. Today I'm looking at Tales of the Neon Sea, a pixel art puzzle-solving adventure game. But before I dive into the review, I wanted to quickly mention that we recently passed 100 subscribers within a month of existing. So I'm going to start doing some weekly giveaways. Stick around to the end of the video to find out about that, or just skip to the end if that's the only thing that you care about. Alright. Tales of the Neon Sea sets you down in a cyberpunk world about 120 years in the future. Your character is basically a retired detective who gets thrown back into the world of solving crimes after you accidentally stumble onto a crime scene. From here, you're basically thrown into an unwinding story that gets deeper and deeper as you continue your investigations. I won't get into it, but the story in its current state is pretty solid. Unfortunately though, at the time of release, Tales of the Neon Sea is locked into the first 3 chapters of the game. The developers have stated that they plan to release the next chapters for the main story sometime in autumn for free. So you're basically buying a game that has 3 chapters now, and a few more chapters hopefully in autumn. As it is, the developers also estimate between 12 to 15 hours of playtime, which I personally didn't quite experience, but the first 3 chapters are reasonably paced and probably worth the price tag without the promise of additional chapters. Now, let's look at the visuals of Neon Sea. Neon Sea is a home run when it comes to those visuals. In my time with the game, I didn't hit any graphical hiccups or see any real visual problems. The game has a beautiful aesthetic that is successfully carried throughout the entire game. They've done a great job of crafting a unique world that feels good. It elicits the feelings you'd expect from a futuristic pixel art game, and there's even some extra lore thrown in if you dig for it that gives you a greater understanding of what's actually taking place in this world. There are also some pop culture references thrown in here or there that you may be able to spot if you're paying enough attention, or, if you're just looking at the game while you play it. On the gameplay side of things, Neon Sea is a very, very mixed bag of puzzles. There are a few defining features to the game, however. When you enter a crime scene, you can begin to scan for clues. As you discover clues, you can combine them to put together an image of what happened. From there, you enter into a minigame that has you piece together a timeline of what happened. Then you get to see a reenactment of your interpretation of the scene. This aspect of the game reminds me a little bit of Detroit Become Human, since you're pretty much doing the exact same thing. As I say this, I'm realizing that there are actually a lot of thematic similarities between the two games as well. Anyways, that's the core of gameplay. Beyond that, you're also going to be exploring a lot, interacting with other characters, and solving more trivial puzzles that are placed around the world. Remember in school when you had small little brain teasers to solve, or spatial awareness puzzles to work through? Did you ever wonder why you had to do that sort of stuff in school? Well, it turns out it was for the inevitable cyberpunk future in 2140, when every menial task is completed by solving a puzzle. The water stopped working? Time to fix it by twisting pipes together to make a line. Digging into a robot's memory? Let's unwind a simplified Burr puzzle. Honestly, these puzzles range from very simple to incredibly tedious, depending on how much time you spend actually trying to solve the puzzles. If you don't look at them and think about them, sometimes you'll wind up spinning sliders around for a while. Other times, you can just press a bunch of buttons and come to a solution pretty quickly. However, it does break up some of the fetch quest puzzles that exist as well, and it's usually a great breather. I did encounter some bugs in my time playing Neon Sea though. Some cutscenes would flicker a bit and jump between focal points before or after. In another situation, the game gave me the ability to jump down from a platform. Except there was nothing to jump to, and I got stuck in mid-air. At this point, I had to reload the game and lost a little bit of progress as a result. There is definitely some polish that could be done regarding the gameplay, but that was the only game-breaking bug I personally ran into. All in all, Tales of the Neon Sea was an enjoyable game. In its current state, it is enjoyable, and I enjoyed my time with the game. I think the only question worth asking is, do you want to buy a game now and wait until autumn to finish it? And don't forget, this is just in my opinion. If you disagree, feel like I left something out, or just want to suggest something else for me to review, leave a comment. And let's not forget the giveaways. I've included a link to the giveaway in the description. Basically, I'm giving everyone the opportunity to win any game that I've reviewed this week. If you win, you get to pick any game I reviewed. You don't really have to do anything to enter either, but if you want to subscribe to find out what games are going to be in the pool, feel free. I'll also be running these giveaways weekly for the foreseeable future, so suggest some games for me to review and you'll have a chance to win those in the future as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching and check back every week for more reviews and chances to win games.